Hey folks, Dr. Bob McCauley. Got a really severe strain in this shoulder lifting weights a few days ago, and I totally knocked it out in less than 24 hours with that. So I was lifting weights and, I overexerted, maybe a little something. I didn't even notice anything at the time. It wasn't like anything really hit me. A lot of people say, I strained it. Another one famous, I strained the muscles, or I threw my back out. I love that expression. That's kind of just nonsense. It's always the same thing. But unless you really tore the muscle, somehow damaged it, which can happen, or you pulled it away from the ligaments or something, and you really severely damage it, 99 times out of 100, it's just a muscle that has tightened up on you like this. Okay, you just got a muscle and it's doing this and it's not relaxing, and it's just sitting there like that, and that hurts. And if you try holding your muscle like that for like a minute, it's going to begin to really kind of become painful. Well, try doing that for hour after hour and day after day. Of course, that becomes really painful, and what you need to do is relax it. Okay, and what I relaxed it with is a magnet. What this is a biomagnet. Like a lot of things I do, people laugh at it. Oh, a magnet, okay, what kind of sorcery is that? We are bioelectric, and we respond to magnetic fields. For instance, they've actually begun to understand the brain and taken these really powerful magnets, and people with depression, some other issues in the brain, they're able to take what's called transcranial magnetic stimulation, affect different parts of the brain, so maybe the depression goes away and this kind of stuff. But it just shows you we respond to magnetic fields. We've got here a small little magnet. It's a biomagnet. And it is positive on this side, and which is South Pole, and then North Pole is green or negative on this side. And 99 times out of 100, you're going to put the green side against the body like this, toward the body. That's always the safest way to do it. Now, what you do in the case of, you can do this with any injury. I've been in Taekwondo for many years, martial arts. I'm always getting banged up and usually beat up. And so you take a magnet and you put it against there. Maybe you put it where your bone hit or something, or hurt yourself, and it helps it to heal, because you're creating this negative ion field in that area, and the body responds to that in a positive way. So this is not hocus pocus. I don't believe in magnets. Okay, I just accept them as pure facts. All right, I don't believe that 2 + 2 is 4. I know that's a fact. Okay, I don't believe that 10 times 10 is 100. I just happen to know that's a fact, and all the other facts that go along, and this is a fact. So what I did, you can see right here, I just put it on. And I was just benching, and it didn't bother me that day. Maybe it was, maybe I slept wrong on it that night as well. But I went to go bench press the next day. I was doing around 125, 150, and I could barely get it up once, and this is killing me. So I got a magnet, and I put it right on the spot. As a matter of fact, I was off a little bit. I was over here first. That helped a lot. But when I finally kind of went, oh, that's not quite this, there's the spot, I put it right there, and you can see that's just a magnet. And I'll take this one and put it on there. There you go. And so it just shows you got a magnet under there. And you can double these up. It doesn't double the Gauss. You measure these by Gauss. It's about 1250 Gauss right here. That's the strength of the magnet. And you put it up like that. And, so I found the exact spot. I put it on there. And literally within an hour, it felt better. By the next day, it was totally relaxed, and this relaxed muscles very well. So when you got all this tension up here, you know what you can do? You can actually take one and put it inside your shirt, and you can take another one like this and put it inside there. And what you've got is just the magnet kind of hanging there. And as long as the green side is against the body, you're not going to have any problem. Okay, green toward the body at all times. There are instances when you get into advanced magnetic therapy that you can find where you want to put the red side against the body, but that's advanced. Safest way, green side toward the body. So you'll know always, red pointing out, you're in the safe zone. That's no problem. So I'll just let you know that that's a great way to relax muscles. You got muscle tension up in here. As I said earlier, I threw my back out. You didn't throw your back out. Your muscles are just tensed up. And it makes you feel really, really old. I'll tell you something. I was on an overseas flight and sitting in that seat for 12 hours. And then, I've come, but 2 weeks later, I come 12 hours the other way. I'll tell you something. It tightened up my lower back muscles. And those are some of the worst. It makes you feel like you're 85 years old. Oh, you get up and out of bed. And again, all it is tight muscles. Your muscle is tightened up like that, and it doesn't want to relax, and it's going to become very, very painful. And these lower back muscles in particular really kill you going across here, and these ones. And this is where you get those, these strains. You're straining the muscle. You didn't strain it really. Maybe you overexerted it a little bit, but it tensed up on you. It needs to relax. Muscles only work in one direction, and that is to tense up. You can't really make a muscle relax. It only works in one direction. So that muscle is like that, or any a muscle is just tense up, and you can feel them. I mean, if you got a tense muscle here, if you hit like that and go, that really hurt, that's not normal. This should not really hurt. You get massages and it hurts so much. It's because they're hitting those muscles and relaxing them. I had an acquaintance of mine years ago came in, and he did all this outside lawn work and everything. And he says, I'm going in day after tomorrow for major shoulder surgery. I can't move my arm, is basically what it was. And so anyway, I said, let me take a look. Well, I took my thumb, and this is a really pretty sturdy guy, right? Really muscular. And I took my thumb, and with my thumb, I said, I found your muscle. And with my thumb, I took this guy and put him right to the floor in pain. He's screaming. I said, there you go. So he got up, and I said, you need to get a magnet on him. Well, I gave him the super biomagnet, one of the big ones, but just like this, only a bigger size, 3,500 Gauss. And again, I taped it on him just like that. The guy calls me up in 2 hours and said, I feel fantastic. This is really, really great. And he says, I can move my arm. It wasn't done. By the next day, he says, I can't believe it. He went to his doctor, and his doctor just didn't believe that, that he had done this with a magnet. But obviously, doctors don't always know everything, do they? No, of course not. But and then there was another guy he was a tractor driver, and this same thing. This arm, he says, I just can't move it anymore. And it was the way he was holding it, and going out for 8 hours a day and just moving. Gave him a magnet here, and this, and it totally relaxed. And he says, wow, this is fantastic. And he says, I really love this stuff. I'm into it. He was a construction guy. He says, I love this stuff. He says, my family's going to think I'm crazy. They did think he was crazy, but I love this guy because he says, I go for what works. These are the kind of things that work. So biomagnets for relaxing muscles, you can use them from carpal tunnel. It's a different issue. But any kind of pain, our bodies respond very well to that negative energy field. We always want the negative. Negative ions when you drink ionized water, and negative energy field here, okay, and negative ions when for the air, like for instance when you take a shower, those are negative ions coming around you. You feel better. It's always the negative that we want. That's what we respond to. There's a lot of reasons for that. I won't go into them now, but anyway, biomagnets. I love these things. I use them all the time for muscles. I'm going to tell you something. I'll show you another one. Great example. Before I go, look at this. Here's one for my foot. Now, you probably don't want to see this foot, but I'm going to show it to you anyway. Look at this foot. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. That thing, I ran into a wall. It's like I kicked it as hard as I could, only I was kind of moving fast, barefoot, and I just jammed my toes into the corner of a wall. Okay, it was like somebody hit me with a hammer. I was in so much pain. I laid down on the floor. I couldn't move for the longest. I couldn't use that foot. It swelled up on me. You can see how it looked. Well, let me just tell you an example of how these work. Okay, now this wasn't a muscle, but you can see how bad this looks. Okay. That day, the next day, it hurt a lot, and I was hobbling around. Within 24 hours, I was able to walk on that foot without any trouble. And within 48 hours, I was back to working out. The black and blue had not gone away on it. You know, it's still black and blue. But I probably broke it. I don't know. But, you know, the pain just had gone away. So these are the kind of injuries that you can use them for. Of any injury of any kind. A muscle's a great example. An injury like that where I really banged myself up. Normally, you know, it had been a week before I could walk again. I was walking around 24 hours and 48 hours. I went running. I was running 48 hours later, and this was an injury. I mean, I needed almost crutches to get around. I couldn't touch that foot. It was in so much pain. It swelled up on me. Anyway, biomagnets. I'm Dr. Bob McCauley. See you guys next time. I hope you like these videos. I definitely appreciate your feedback. Give me any kind of comments. Say, hey, you use biomagnets. I didn't. I used chlorella. I didn't. You know, I think you're full of it. I don't care what it is. Just give us the feedback. Please be honest. Subscribe. See you guys next time.